Good afternoon. I just wanted to have a conversation because there's a lot of stuff happening, and I just like to make my own conversation about it and add my 2 cents to the pot. Everybody's going to have their thoughts about the drama that ensued regarding, I'll say, Brand Flakes and Ernest going back and forth about the white savior comments regarding the black businesses that Brand highlighted, uplifted, and spoke about. The reason why I'm talking about this is that there's been other several conversations, so I don't need to go and hash out this whole conversation out again. If you know, you know. But what I will say is that there's been other several conversations that I want to pay more attention to. Brand had on his stories, I think this was on Instagram, that Naya, who won her award last year for the Philly Mag events, her award got, the actual physical award got damaged, and she wanted to see about getting it fixed, and it didn't get fixed. So she came on the thing and said, yes, that happened. She said that basically she sent an email, nobody responded. They saw her in person, nobody responded. And it wasn't until Brand decided to then call them out about it that they reached out to her. And let me just be honest with you, that is a complete slap in the face. And I know her, and I know how she moves, and she is an amazing, first of all, amazing woman, amazing content creator. She deserves all the things. Here's the reason why I want to just bring up this part of the conversation. We all want to be acknowledged and seen. But I think it's very important, and just in times like this, when these things come out, is the fact that we need to be more concerned about our content and what we're doing and our reason why, because there's so many other content creators who wasn't even invited. There were some content creators that weren't even invited that made no sense to me as why they were not invited. This was to like last year or the year before, like just the awards thing. Now, I had been invited 2 years in a row, and no, I was invited to the first one without any issue. I think last year was the first time where I didn't get an invitation. One of my other friends got an invitation, and I just let it go. It wasn't until one of the persons who were nominated went back to them and was like, why is she not invited? And then I got the invite. And that is just what happened. That is exactly what happened. That's how I got to the award show last year. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just being honest. A lot of these content creator awards, and especially unfortunately here in Philly, have not proved that they have done anything outside of maybe helping a content creator get more visibility. And of course, that's what we want. But I feel like if you have an awards, why aren't the awards people getting the magazine? Like, they had this whole magazine shoot. They're not even getting the magazine. Like, to hear that, this is what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't matter if you're in Los Angeles, Philadelphia. It doesn't matter wherever you create content. These things happen quite often, more often than a lot of people say. I was actually quite shocked that Brand called him out. I mean, I was, but then I wasn't, but I was. Because if I was to say A, B, and C, oh my God, do you know how many times I would have been blackballed about the fact that I called this company out and said that they didn't do or did? It would be a mess. The reason why Brand had the ability to call them out is because, one, he didn't need them. And number two, what they going to do? What are you going to do? This is before he even got the 1 million followers and all this stuff. What are you going to do? You're going to say you're not going to invite him? Like, it's not, nobody's stopping whatever he's doing. Nobody is stopping what Naya's doing. All I'm trying to say is that sometimes when we put stock on these awards, now Naya needs to get her award replaced. They, in my opinion, needs to make a loud apology, because they're not. They're trying to make it seem as if like, oh, it's a misunderstanding. We just didn't see it. But she was there in person to their face and said that it broke. And she sent an email, said that it was broken. That is very disheartening, because it's like, are you using me as like a face to say that you're uplifting black? You know, it's not even about black. Are you saying that you're uplifting content creators who, for a marketing company and things like that, is vital? I hate to hear people say that influencers are dumb and influencing is dumb. I happen to be an influencer, but I also happen to be a blogger. I write, so I have my name in print in several publications. And the reason why first of all, I started off as a blogger, be very clear. I did not ask to be an influencer. It just happened. it was a natural flow for me from writing to going into influencing. And I say that because you got to have more than one thing on your plate just so you can make, more revenues and money. And I'm here for that. I just find it hard because there were some, and these are people that I know. I can't speak for somebody else. I know people who were content creators who weren't invited last year or the year before that were very devastated because they're thinking, what am I not doing enough of that I can't be in the room with my fellow content creators? What do I need to do more of so that I am recognized? These were conversations that people I knew were saying. When I didn't get invited initially last year, I literally was like, okay. But you have to understand, I'm at the place in my life where I'm going to continue creating the things that I create. I'm going to continue doing the things I'm doing, and I could care less about these types of things. But there's somebody coming behind me who doesn't have that mentality. You have to grow into that. Like, you got to grow into that. I just want to serve notice to every content creator, whether you're an affiliate or not. Continue understanding your why, because these companies will really hurt your feelings to the core. And even if you never express it, like, you can say, oh, I don't need them, I'm good. But deep down inside, just like those content creators who were asking themselves, what did I not do to get into the room? The point of it is that you have to continue doing whatever you need to do for you, because none of that matters. We all want to get in the room. We all want to be around it. We all want to do the fun stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens with content creators. There's a lot. And I get a lot of things, beautiful things. There's a lot. I just want us to get to the point where we understand our why, so that when these things happen, they become in the back. And if you have a content creator, this is why I keep telling you, if you have the ability to mentor a content creator, I took in a content creator. She reached out to me right here on TikTok. And we've been flowing ever since. Sometimes you got to shoot your shot. All I'm trying to tell you is that just know your why, because some of these companies will make or break you if you allow it. Keep being you. Keep doing you. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. It's almost like you got to have blinders on and just treat your content like it's the best. It's the only content on the world. Like it's the only one. You're the only content creator that's doing what you're doing, because you know what? Regardless if you see 10 people doing the same thing you're doing, they're not like you. So I just want to give a little encouragement. I'm not going to delve into all the back and forth that happened. That's none of my concern. What my concern is that one, Dr. Afia was good. Number two, that Naya gets that award because she worked her behind off. I literally met her as we were doing some of the campaign trails for Kamala. She's an amazing woman. Y'all need to go ahead. I'm going to tag her. Go ahead and follow her. But yes, content creators, stay focused. Stay focused on your why. You will do great. Don't let these awards and anything else deter you from anything if you're in Philly or beyond. Okay? Sending y'all love.